Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to another episode of It's About Everything. So in today's episode I'm going to show you how you can run a GeoFi router with a 12 volt battery. Now this battery is a 12 volt 7.2 amp hour battery, and according to the Ohm's law it gives about 86 watt hour of power, which is about 7 times more powerful than the original battery, which is 3000 mAh or 3 ampere at 3.8 volts. That is equivalent to 11.4 watt hour. Before starting this experiment, let me show you that the GeoFi device is completely empty and there is no battery inside. So to power up the device, I'm going to use this buck converter, which converts 12 volts to 5 volts at about 1000 mAh at full capacity. I bought this converter from the local market at about 40 rupees few years back. I don't remember exactly when, I just remember the price. They usually fit this kind of converters in cars or trucks, and it used to be the cheapest way to charge on the go back then, and smartphones were not popular at that time. At least in here smartphones started to become popular at around 2013 with the cheapest China phones. Anyway, I bought this pair of battery terminal clips and connected it with the input wire. And yes, I know it's a bit overkill for a 5 watt load, and at the time of buying I did not thought about that. So this converter does not have any switch, and it directly turns on as soon as you connect it to the battery. And one thing I forgot to mention is that its output cable has a tiny barrel jack that we used to get on Nokia bar phones or other bar style phones. Now by seeing this jack you can clearly imagine which era this converter was made, but luckily I found this adapter which converts a tiny barrel jack into a micro USB. So this tiny adapter saved me a lot of time, which I would have wasted figuring out how to connect it. So connecting the device was very easy, just plug it in and that's it. You can see the battery indicator on the device glowing, which means it's starting up, and you can clearly see underneath the device that there is no battery. So after waiting for about 30 seconds, the LTE signal indicator starts blinking in red, which means searching for signal. So there you go, the device has completely turned on and signal acquired, and after about 3 seconds it turns on the Wi-Fi. So thumbs up for that. Now the Wi-Fi indicator is blue. That's because nothing is connected, but once a device gets connected it will turn green. All the three indicators has three colors, red, blue and green, representing three stages such as charge or signal strength or Wi-Fi status. Alright, so now I am testing how much power does it pulls. So this is my crappy multimeter hooked as an ampere meter. You can see the common wire goes into the negative of the battery, and I have kept the probe aside as it is of no use right now. As I am not using the 10 amp setting, I am keeping aside the high ampere wire, just tucking it under the towel. The positive of the multimeter is connected with the other end of the terminal clips, and that's it. So I have not connected the router yet, and the converter is pulling about 6.2 milliamps, which is its ideal current consumption. So before plugging the router, let me show you that it does not have any battery inside. And now as we are confirmed, we can simply put the cover back on so that it becomes a bit easy to handle the device. So as I am plugging it in, note the current draw on the ampere meter. As the device starts up, note the current which keeps on rising and falling in between 50 to 120 milliamps. A brief glance on the entire setup as the device starts up. As you can notice, the device has acquired signal and now it will start transmitting Wi-Fi. So the device is completely on now and it's pulling approximately 130 milliamps. Now I'm going to use my other phone and connect to this Wi-Fi, which you can see by the Wi-Fi transmission indicator light, as it will turn green from blue. After my phone gets connected, you can see that the current draw from the JioFi 6 device has gone up a little bit more at about 140 milliamps, give or take 5 milliamps. The values on the ampere meter never stops changing because the device continuously keeps on receiving and transmitting packets of data, and so the power consumption also keeps on changing, but it never goes above 170 milliamps. Even when I am watching YouTube videos, the power consumption remains under 170 milliamps most of the times. As you can see, I am connected to this device. One thing to keep in mind is that I am measuring the current on the 12 volt side of the converter, not in the 5 volt side. So the power consumption in watts will be 170 milliamps times 12 volt becomes 2.04 watts of power consumption. Now if you calculate the power consumption from the battery at 4 volts, then it's about 550 milliamps. How is that? Well, if I calculate according to Ohm's law, 550 milliamps or 0.550 amps times 4 volts becomes 2.2 watts. And at this rate of consumption, the 3000 mAh battery will last for about 6 hours or little more, which is correct as I have already tried that. So guys, the conclusion is that if I use a brand new 12 volt battery of 7 amp hour capacity, then at 170 milliamp current draw, the router will run for about 41 hours with full data speed connection, which is almost 2 days of operation. So this was it guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have, then hit the like button and share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. So till then, have a nice day. I'll see you later.